Hare Krishna Prabhu, are we ready, Prabhuji? Can you turn on your camera, Prabhuji?
Yes, we just need.
Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam. Welcome to Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Today we are very glad to have the association of His Grace Premavasya Prabhu, who will be sharing the nectar from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, chapter number 14 and sloka number 20. Prabhuji, over to you, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. So we will start. Welcome all to this Bhagavatam class. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudire. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोविष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिया वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. I'm going to share my screen for the shloka. Just a minute. Can you see the shloka now?
Yes, Prabhu.
So we're going to discuss on Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 14th chapter, verse number 20. Saeva puna nitra asgara garhito ande tamsi magna sunyaranya iva sete nanyat kinchana veda savaiva apavidah. Saiva punanidrazgara garhito ande tamse magna sunyaranya iva sete nanyat kinchana veda savaiva pavidah. Synonyms, translation, proper by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Saha, that condition, soul. Iva, certainly. Punaha, again. Nidra asgara, by the python of deep sleep. Garhita, being devoured. Andhe, in the deep darkness. Tamsi, in ignorance. Magnaha, being absorbed. Sunya aranya, in the isolated forest. Eva, like. Sete, he lies down. Na, not. Anyat else. Kinchana, anything. Veda, knows. Sabah, a dead body. Eva, like. Apavidah, thrown away. Translation. Sukdev Goswami continued, speaking to Maharaj Parikshit. My dear king, sleep is exactly like a python. Those who wander in the forest of material life are always devoured by the python of sleep. Being bitten by this python, they always remain in the darkness of ignorance. They are like dead bodies thrown in the distant forest. Thus, the conditioned souls cannot understand what is going on in the life. Purport. Material life means being fully absorbed in eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Out of these, sleep is taken very seriously. While asleep, one completely forgets the objects of life and what to do. For spiritual realization, one should try to avoid sleep as much as possible. The Goswamis of Vrindavana practically did not sleep at all. Of course, they slept some, for body required sleep, but they slept only about 2 hours and sometimes not even that. They always engaged in spiritual cultivation, nidra, ahara, vihara, kada, vijito. Following in the footsteps of Goswami, we should try to reduce sleeping, eating, mating, and defending. Hare Krishna, I will stop saying now. So this verse is very important. Here, the most important topic is being discussed is the sleep. So um, here it is said that material life means being fully absorbed in eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. So the idea here is like whenever we are in a certain association, so our life is molded by certain association. So right from our birth. So if I would have taken birth. It's not in my control, but say if my birth was in a family who never worshipped any kind of god or demigod or anyone, and they are not even aware. So they, if they lived in a jungle, and then they would always go for hunting, kill the animal, and in their situation they are always afraid of being killed. So killed by different animals or killed by their different enemies or competitors. Or competitors means those who want to compete in the same forest area for animals for hunting. Then I can just imagine that in such situation, Krishna consciousness or any kind of devotion would hardly be known to me, just like the Mrigari. So we all have heard the story of Mrigari. So when Prabhat Muni asked Mrigari that why do you do this, he said, "This is a profession, and this is all I know, to kill animals, and I enjoy when they are dying, they're fighting for their life." So this is a situation that uh, I mean, whenever we see someone that he is not Krishna conscious, he does not he is not a devotee, he's not he doesn't understand the importance of devotional life. We should also think about his background. So this is we should be empathic towards them, that because of their situation they cannot think of it, and because of their conditioning of the mind, even if someone tells them that this is not good, so we cannot understand them, why they are not understanding them, and they cannot understand what we are telling them. So this is what Prabhupada writes here, that material life means being fully absorbed in eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. So in this regard, if we think about our our fortunes, then we should be very, very much grateful to the acharyas, to the devotees who brought us in this Krishna conscious movement. And we should also be grateful to all the temple devotees and the surrounding around us. And you see, this Bhagavatam class is being taken, and we are discussing say Bhagavatam. We are reading Bhagavatam, we are chanting. So we are in a completely different plane of existence, although the devotees are living in this same material world, but we are completely different plane of existence. So therefore, the idea is that material life and devotional life are completely separate. Here, the topic here is like sleep. And here the story that we know is about the forest life. So our material life is being discussed as the life in a forest. And sleep, when someone is eating or he's mating or defending, he is conscious. But when one is asleep, then he's not conscious about himself. So in the Vedas, in the Vedic literatures, there are different state of consciousness that has been discussed, and one is called Jagriti. Jagrit consciousness means we are aware of ourselves. I mean, we can see our thoughts, we can see our feelings. Sometimes they are in control, sometimes we cannot control them, but we are conscious about it. So we'll discuss more on this. And then it is called Susupti. So Jagrit Susupti. So and then another is called Susupti. Then we call Swapna state. So it is like in the sleeping state. We know this sleep cycles. So Swapna state. Then there is a Turiya state. So sometimes when we see that we are chanting and we are concentrating on our chanting, and suddenly our eyes are closed, and then we think that we are in the state of meditation and we are going to samadhi, and then we are chanting, but we enter into a state where we are not aware of our thoughts and feeling, and then our thoughts and feelings, they wander somewhere else. Sometimes devotee may think about their work, they sometimes, and sometimes they feel like they are sleeping, and that is called a state of Turiya state. So you reach a state where you cannot control your thoughts and feeling any long. So you are just chanting the holy name, but you are not actually focusing on the holy name. But we think that we are focusing on holy name, but our thoughts are wandering. So we even start dreaming kind of thing. So we start dreaming that we are in Vrindavan, or I'm in office, or something plan starts happening. So if there are certain pending works are there, so you start thinking of that. So that is a call Turiya state. Then one should not remain the Turiya state. So that is not a good state because we are not concentrating on our chantings. So we should try to wake up ourselves, and we can move around, we can walk around. And then dhyana state. So in dhyana state, we are able to concentrate on the Lord's name, but there is thoughts and feelings are not much in our control. And then state of samadhi. In the state of samadhi, it may appear like a deep sleep, but as you know, in the sleep or swapna state, we cannot control our thoughts and feeling. We cannot control what kind of dream we are going to have. But in samadhi state, we will have a condition wherein we are full control of our thoughts and our feelings, and it is fixed on our object of worship. So that is fixed there, samadhi state. And so there are different stages are there. So here, when sleep is being talked about, it is not about jagrit. It is being compared with a condition of ignorance. So ignorance, as we know that, so if we say that ignorance and sleep, if you compare these two together, we can very easily understand that a person who is not aware of his spiritual existence, and he is just engaged only in the maintenance of the body, and is not aware about anything else. So one who is not aware of the spiritual existence and he is not making an endeavor, so actually he's sleeping only. So the so we can say that anyone around us, or even we, when we think that this body is important and we should maintain this body, and we are not aware of our spiritual existence, that means we are sleeping only. So anyone who is awake means he is fully conscious of his spiritual existence, and he wants to make endeavor to attain the success in the spiritual life. So that is, he's awake, he's aware about himself, he's aware about his purpose. So so if you want to understand how to overcome this state of sleep or ignorance, then there are different processes that have been said. So just like when a person is sleeping, the best method to awake him is like making some sound. So when a person is asleep, one can may shaking up, wake up, but uh, it is good to make some noise. So therefore, it said that chanting the Lord's name is like uh, I mean, making one person conscious, I mean, after sleep. So one person is sleeping and then we want to waking up. So making sound is very important. So chanting that we do Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So now, although I am not sleeping, I am fully conscious. My eyes are wide open. I know my thoughts, my feelings, but actually I'm sleeping because I'm not aware of my spiritual existence. So because my eyes are open, I can see things, I can see light, I feel that I'm awake, but actually I'm sleeping because I do not know about the spiritual existence of this entire universe. So if we must have read the Bhagavad Gita 10th chapter. So Lord there says that I am within everyone's heart. So I cannot see. I just hear from the Lord. I just know it that Lord is in everyone's heart. Just think about situation of a blind man, or you may just close your eyes and then someone says, just close your eyes and someone comes to you and say, see, my friend is sitting with me. Then because the eyes is closed or you cannot see, then you just hear that sound that my friend is sitting with me, but you cannot see the friend, how the friend look like, what is his height, what he's wearing. We cannot see anything. We just hear it. That we just hear that uh, my friend is with me. Similarly, when we read in Bhagavad Gita, Lord said that I am within everyone's heart. So whenever we see someone coming towards us, or say for example, I am seeing you, or you are seeing me. So first thing that you see is my appearance. I'm wearing a jacket, and then I'm wearing specs, I'm having tilak, and everything that you see. So that is the material. Lord says that Bhumi, Apo, Anulo, Vayu, Kham, Mano, Buddhi, Yoja, Ahankara, Ityame, Bhinna, Prakriti, Ashtadha. So these are all my separate energies. So I cannot see that whose energy is. Then Lord says that Mame Vanso, Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta, Sanatana. So this everyone here is are my part and parcel. So that also I cannot see. Then Lord says that I am within every living entities. So Sarva Bhuta, he doesn't say that Sarva Manusyanam. He said that Sarva Bhuta Guhasa Ishita. So he said that I am within everyone's heart. I am within everyone. So I cannot see. So it's similar to like a blind man. So if you close your eyes, then I say that see, I bought new mobile phone. See, I have a new pair of jackets. I can just say very nice, but I cannot see it. Similarly, because you cannot see Lord Krishna in everyone's heart, we cannot experience Him present everywhere, and we just hear it from. We're just hearing from sastras, from the devotees, from the acharyas, but we cannot see. That means we are all blind. We are all we cannot see. We are in the state of sleep. We cannot control our thoughts and feeling. So this is the same state. So therefore the shastra, it is we know this is called shruti. That means uh, we know it by hearing from the superiors, from the guru and sisya parampara. We hear it, so just keep hearing it. And one who meditates on the sound, the spiritual sound, the spiritual master. So one, there's no need to manufacture anything beyond. So Guru Mukhya Padma Vakya Chittate Kariya Aikya Arna Kariha Mane Asa. Why it is said? Because if a spiritual master says something, and then if I think, or if I believe, or maybe anything, so if I say that I can see with my eyes, I can feel with my skins, I can hear with my ears, I can smell with my nose, but actually I am blind toward everything. So uh, gathering knowledge, whenever we see blind, we always think about eyes. So he's blind means he cannot see by eyes. But actually, if we just extrapolate this concept of blindness, then we can say that any sensor that is not working properly, we can say it is blind. You cannot understand by the senses. So all the senses that we have, they are knowledge acquiring senses. So this knowledge acquiring senses, if they cannot acquire proper knowledge, so we actually blind. So when a flower is offered to Lord Krishna, and the flower is given to us, and we smell it, but we just smell the flower, but we cannot smell the particle of dust from the lotus feet of Supreme Personality of God, Lord Krishna. So whenever flower is offered to Lord, Lord touches it with his hand, and then he accepts it, and then we also take that flower, and now the flower, when we smell it, those whose senses are spiritually awakened, he can actually smell the touch of the Lord also. I mean, he can smell the uh, touch touched by the Lord. So Lord has touched, or the flower has been offered on the lotus feet of Lord. And that flower, when we smell it, actually the particles of Lord's spiritual body also going within us. But we cannot feel that smell. Just like think of a person who is having this common cold and cough, and the nose sensor is not working. So even if we say that good food is being cooked in the house, or smell this flower and I have the fragrance, then he would say that no, no, I cannot smell it because my nose is not working. The nose senses are not working. I cannot smell. Similarly, when the flower is offered to the lotus feet of Lord in temple, but when the flower is taken and it is given to us, when you smell it, I can only smell the specific flower, but I cannot smell the spiritual touch of Lord Krishna. I cannot smell that. So that means my senses are not proper. Otherwise, we may have seen we may have seen devotees who, after smelling the flower from the lotus feet of Lord, they're going to samadhi kind of state. They're going to trance. They sometimes experience, different kind of spiritual ecstasy just by smelling the flowers. And the food that we eat has been touched by the lips of the Lord because Lord has taken it. So when we eat it, we are actually eating the remnants from the lips of the Lord Krishna. But we cannot taste that is spiritual. But the devotees who can experience it, and then the moment they eat prasadam, they feel jubilation, they feel ecstatic. So there is a story regarding prasadam. So what happened that once Narad Muni, he was coming from Vaikuntha, and he had prasadam directly eaten by Lord himself, and then he was in spiritual ecstasy, and he was dancing. He was dancing, and he was chanting, he was crying, and everything he was doing. And then he met Lord Shiva, and then Lord Shiva stopped him. He was amazed to see him in his spiritual ecstasy, dancing and crying. And then he said it, what happened? Then he said it, I just had a small prasadam directly from the Lord. And then Lord Shiva saw that a small particle of the prasadam was just was on his lips. And then Lord Shiva took the prasadam and ate it. And immediately Lord Shiva also started the same feeling, same jubilation he started. He used to feel, and then he was also dancing and he was also crying. Then Narad Muni and Lord Shiva both were crying and dancing, and they do not know what is happening to their body. Just like if I eat a poison, then my body will behave differently. If I eat something intoxicating and then some drugs, then I do not know how my body is going to react. The same way their body is fully full of ecstasy, and they are not in the body was not in their control, and they were chanting. And then Mother Parvati, she came, and then she said that she was very angry that she could not have the prasadam, and Narad Muni and Lord Shiva, they were just enjoying it, the spiritual ecstasy. So the idea that I want to share here is like we are all blind by our senses, our eyes. When we see the temple, we just see the vigraha. And I have met this Radha Madhav background, so I can just see, but I cannot see the leelas. So whenever we go in Vrindavan, so when you go in Vrindavan, so we hear from the devotees that in Vrindavan, Lord Krishna and Radha, they are continuously doing their pastime. So the so the purpose of going to Vrindavan should be that we should be able to see Lord Krishna doing his pastime. But I go this year, the next year. So we should we should always be in the mood of dissatisfaction that I have been going for last 10 years, 20 years, but never I had a chance to see Lord Krishna and Radha during their pastimes, never even a small glimpse. So maybe this year when I go to Vrindavan, maybe this time I will able to see, but this time also I could not see. So all west going to Vrindavan. I heard something good, but I could not see. So going to different places, going different places in Vrindavan is like thinking that okay, in the Vamsi, but I went, but I could not see Lord Krishna. Oh, let me go to Gokula. Then I went to Gokula, and there also I could not see Lord Krishna. Then I go to Yamuna Ghat, then I cannot see Lord Krishna. Then Cheer Ghat I could not see, Kaliyad I could not see, Govardhan I could not see. So many places we go there I could not see. Just like when we read this Sadhu Goswami Ashtakam, they say it is said that they just roam around, Ha Krishna, Ha Radhe, hmm? And they roam around everywhere. So where are you? Where are you? Where are you? So that should be our mood. But where from we'll get this mood? Where from we'll get this hankering for Lord Krishna and Radha? Because until unless we have association of such devotees, we cannot get that hankering. And why one should hanker? The question arises why one should hanker for Radha and Krishna, and and make losses in his present material life, lose everything that he has. He cannot work properly. Uh, but the idea is that until unless we understand the importance, why? The word importance is not good, but I don't have any other proper word to say. Uh, it's like, say for example, we many times we say that uh, so a boy has been separated from their parents, okay, and now he is wandering here and there. So when he want to unite with his parents, though you cannot say that you do not understand the importance of uniting with the parents. So whenever we say importance, this word is very relative word. So I may say that this is more important, this is the most important, this is the least important. So I can always change the where I put my importance. So actually, spiritual life is nothing like importance. It is our real life. It is real life. And the life of material life is like a sleep life. So I'm sleeping here, and then I can see amazing things. So if you think of a person who has a long nose, then that kind of creature exists. Elephant has a long nose. If you think of a person who has a big neck, then the giraffe is there who has a big neck. If you think of a living creature who has a colorful feathers and the fly, then there are many birds are there. If you think of a creature who has a house where you can go inside and come out, there the tortoise are there. So, I mean, whatever you think about, just like I have experienced that while sleeping, I think of something and then that thing manifests in front of me. So that is a sleeping state, and then again it goes away. Similarly, this world, you always compare as like a person is in sleep and he wants to enjoy in his sleep. But the moment one person is awakened, the moment a person is awakened into spiritual life, then whatever he was seeing in the sleep does not matter to him. Uh, but what happens that the moment, suppose we are in a sleeping state and we are dreaming of something bad that I am being killed, or something is happening very bad and I'm afraid, or something very good is happening. So the moment we are conscious, and if we are able to remember what was I was dreaming, then there is a certain time period between which we still feel that am I awake, or whatever I was seeing is what real. So that stage is remains there for a certain time, and after some time, when I fully awakened, then we see that "Ah, that is always I was just dreaming," and you just discard it and you say this is not real. Now this is real. Similar, same thing happens when a person who comes in contact with his master and start living in the association of devotees, and then he thinks about he starts chanting and doing all this spiritual activity, and suddenly one day he will awake. And the moment when he's awakened, then he thinks that what I was doing something, this material life, this spiritual life. Oh, that was my dream, and that this is my real life. And then he makes complete transition. So we may have seen many devotees. Suddenly, you will see that the Prabhuji has left his job, and then he's no longer interested in anything, and then he's just spending his life. So in my hometown, I recently met one devotee. So the devotee he joined ISKCON in the year 1990, 92, 93, something like that. And he came in contact with devotees, and he was there. And then he also remained in Mumbai in Radha Rasbai temple for some time. And then he moved to Delhi. So he went many places. He got married in between. He was serving in our Govinda, so he know how to cook good prasadam and offer to Lord. And then suddenly one day a devotee told him that you have passed many days for satisfying. So do you think that this way you will be able to make your life successful? What do you think? And then he left everything. And then he has three sons and one daughter. So total four children are there. And then he suddenly left whatever earning means he had, and then he said, I will just preach. And for the preaching, he came to our hometown, and then he is staying here. And some devotees said that we will support you for 1 year. So right from your renting, and then the fooding and the lodging and the clothing, whatever you require, we will support you. And then after 1 year, you should try to be independent. So try to be independent does not mean that he will start a new job, or he will start a new business. The idea was that he will preach, and then he may get some donations, and so he is complete dependent on the Lord. Now, donation may come, donation may not come, but it's not that he's going to start a new entrepreneur, a new job, or because he has good in prasadam, he will start a hotel business or catering business. Nothing that. So he has come to our hometown to start a new ISKCON center, and he's working very hard for that purpose. He cooks prasadam, khichdi prasadam, and goes into marketplace and distribute the prasadam, and people will come, and then spontaneously, I mean, they will say that how can I help you, and then the vegetable vendors, they will donate some vegetables, then some rice, some dal, whatever you require. So just like yoga vahami. I mean, whatever you have, I will protect, and whatever you need, I will give. So that is assurance from Lord Krishna. So one who is fully dependent on Lord Krishna, that is assurance he gives us. So this is what he's doing. So I met him. I was very happy to see the devotee, and we had a good kirtan at my hometown, and everyone enjoyed it. So much dedication, so much faith. So this is what happens. Suddenly, a person is awakened, and he starts thinking that this life is completely a dream. He starts thinking it's like a dream, and he does not see. So in dream, even if you are able to just about to get success, and then we wake up. So suppose I'm just running a race in the Olympic, and I'm just about to finish. The moment I finish, I will be the world's fastest runner, and I will get a gold medal. And then someone wakes me up. Arey, utho, wake up. And then when I wake up, there will be certain a small fraction of time I will stay still in a state of dream and thinking that, wow, if I could have won the race, I would have been the fastest man on earth. I will get a gold medal, something like that. And then after some time, I see that was all dream and nothing more. Then I don't think about it. I don't repent anything losing in the dream. I do not aspire for anything gaining in the dream. Sometimes we may have seen that people will say that I was dreaming, and then I wanted to sleep again and see the same dream and achieve the success that I wanted, but that never happened. So sometimes they would sleep, some people they will sleep. So similarly, a person who awakens his spiritual consciousness, and then what happens that he leaves everything material, and he never endeavors for the anything material. And therefore, Lord says, Sukha Dukkha Samay Kritva Lava Labho Jaya Jayo. So one who is able to keep his consciousness, his thoughts and feeling equipoised in all this condition of dualities, loss, victory, and then gain, or life and death. He's equipoised in his consciousness. Then we should think that he has awakened his spiritual consciousness. But even if we have not awakened our spiritual consciousness, but because of association of devotees, or by grace of Lord, um, if we are in a state that we think or we believe that spiritual life is better than material life. So here, why I'm saying and making a comparison, because for example, a person is still sleeping, and then he thinks that in the sleep, while he's sleeping still, he's thinking that no, this is my dream only. So nothing bad or nothing good is happening. I should wake up now. I need to go to office or whatever work he's doing, or I should anything. So I want to just wake up, and this is not good. I must wake up. But while he's thinking like that, he is still sleep, and in the sleep only he's thinking like that. So sometimes it happens to some people that even if they're dreaming, in the dream state, they are very fearful of certain situation, and then they start thinking, no, this is dream, and nothing has happened to me, and the moment I wake up, everything will be all right. There's no harm, there's no fire, no one is killing me, or I have not achieved any success. I was the same person. I must wake up now. But in that state also, I mean, he's still sleeping. He's not fully awakened. And then suddenly he wakes up, and then he says, "Wow, I'm saved," or nothing has happened to him. There's no fire, no one is killing me, nothing is there. So like that. So the thing like that. And sleep is very just one thing also I would like to add here. Sleep is very mysterious also, very mysterious. So many miracles has happened in sleep. So if we have heard about Harish Chandra, Harish Chandra, he gave away everything to Rishi in the sleep only, in the state of sleep. So in the state of dream, he gave it away everything. And it is also said that. A person will always have, I mean, not always, but sometimes it happens that they will have dream. They will have a dream of great personalities if they are going to meet in the near future. They may also dream of Lord also. Lord may also come in his dream and interact. So sleep and dream, they are very mysterious, and I am not expert in that. Whatever I have heard, I'm just sharing with you that dream is very mysterious. Earlier, people used to interact in dream, and recently I heard about one scientific experiment wherein what they are trying to do is like they will connect two persons brain by a certain wiring, and when they are in sleep they will be able to interact with each other in dream. So something like that. So our brain and dream and sleep, they are very mysterious. So the topic of our discussion is not to discuss about this material dream or material success or Lord interacting with us in a dream, seeing great personalities, or sometimes you may happen to see Prabhupada in dream or Guru Maharaj in dream or Narad Muni or any demigod, anyone, or any saintly person in a dream, and something miracle happens, they talk to you. So we're not talking about that in the sleep. But the idea here that we're discussing about sleep is like comparing with the ignorance. So ignorance, like we are not aware of our spiritual identity. So it is said that we should try to concentrate on Lord. So in Bhagavad Gita, if we have read 10th chapter, so it's now we are doing this Gita preaching, and now it is very auspicious month. So if we have read this 10th chapter, so in 10th chapter he said that uh, I mean Arjuna asks Lord Krishna, Kesu Kesu cha bhavesu. So in what form, O Lord Krishna, in what form I should always remember you? In what form I can constantly think about you? So he said that केषु केषु च भावेषु चिंतो असि मे भगवन मया कथम विद्याहम योगिस्त्वाम सदा परिचिंतन means always thinking of you. So sometimes we also say, ask devotees that how can I think of Lord always? Sada parichintan. This is the Bhagavad Gita 10th chapter sloka number 17. कथम विद्याहम योगिस्त्वाम सदा परिचिन्तयन् केषु केषु च भावेषु चिंतो असि भगवन मया. So in what form in I can think of you? And then Lord says that I will explain this to you in very detailed one. And the moment he starts, he says that hanta te katishyami divyani atma vibhutaya. So Lord says that I will talk about my opulences to you, Arjuna. And in that context, in Bhagavad Gita chapter 10, sloka 20, he said, Aham atma gudakesa sarvabhutaya asaya istitah. So that's the first thing. I mean, when Arjuna asked that Sada Parichintayan, how can I think of you constantly? And then Lord's the answer, he says, Aham Atma Gudakesa Sarvabhutaya Ashaya Isthitah. So he doesn't say that Sarva Manusya Asaya Isthitah. He said Sarvabhutaya Asaya Isthitah. So that means I am within everyone's heart. So you are seeing me, and then and I see you, or if you look around, you can see your family members, you can see your parents or your wife or children. And suppose your child is sitting in your lap, okay? Then now you are feeding him with your hand. Now see, there are three things are happening simultaneously. A material body is in coming in contact with your hand, like okay, and then there is a part and parcel of Lord Krishna. Mame Vansa Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. And then Lord says that Aham Atma Guda Kesa Sarvbhute Asa Istita. That means within your child's body, Lord Krishna also there. So when you are holding him in your lap, he's sitting in your lap. Why don't you think that Lord Krishna is sitting in your lap, right? And when you're feeding, why can't we think that this is being accepted by Lord Krishna? Similarly, when you are taking your children to for bathing, right? So why can't if I think that when I pour water on my child, then his body is being washed, and then the part and parcel of Lord Krishna is also being washed, and the Lord is also sitting. He does not say that I stay within the Sarvbhute Asa Isita only in the morning or in the afternoon or in the sleep. He said always, always, every time he's there. Similarly, wife is there, husband is there. So if I help my wife, why can't I think that uh, Lord is there within my wife's body also. So actually, I'm interacting with Lord. So that also that way we can think about. So even if you see animals and even if you see mosquitoes or snake also, so devotees are not afraid of anything. So a person, a great devotee was there, and then in front of him a snake came, and then he said that Lord says sarva mrityu sarva haraschaham. So he said that, oh Lord, I understand that you have come to me in the form of mrityu sarva haraschaham. You in the form of death personified, in the form of a snake. You have come to me. Now you can bite me, and I'm ready to accept it. So one who loves Lord, one who loves anyone, he does not discriminate between the. He has no duality. Whatever Lord does, he accepts it, because anything and everything that exists in this universe is direct or indirect manifestation of Lord. So dharmo atapapa nachya sutyastapam. In the Brahma Samhita it says that whatever punya and whatever pap, everything has emanated from Lord only. So if something good happened to us, we can thank Lord and we can be grateful to Lord. But if something bad happens to us, it is very difficult to say that, oh, I'm suffering because of causes mercy of the Lord. I'm having this cancer and now I'm dying. This is all causes mercy of Lord. This is very difficult to say. Only a person who has awakened his spiritual consciousness, he is no more in the state of sleep. Only he can say that. Otherwise, if I'm very opulent, I can say that, oh, by gorgeous mercy of Lord, I have new Mercedes. By gorgeous mercy of Lord, I recently bought a 5 BHK something house. By gorgeous mercy of Lord, my sons are studying abroad. They have become very successful. By gorgeous mercy of this and that. But suddenly, if everything he is lost, everything is gone, and he is now beggar, he cannot say that by God's mercy, O Lord, I have become beggar on the road. I had everything, I lost everything. He cannot say until unless he is spiritually conscious. So I mean, one who starts seeing, uh, but I mean, what I want to state here is that if a person, suppose there is servant who comes to your house for cleaning your house and doing everything, and now if you see that Lord has come to your house for cleaning your house, for doing. jharu pocha. I mean, cleaning everything, dusting everything, and cleaning the utensils. And if you say that, oh, Lord has come to my house, okay, but now how should I behave? So our behavior should be as per our drama, our as per our roles are defined. Our behavior should be exactly like that. So um, it's like uh, there are many instances are there. So just like in Mahabharata, Bhishma, he was fully aware that the person who is acting as a Sarathi of Arjuna is none other than the Supreme Personal Godhead himself. He's the Supreme Personal God. He knew it, but then also he he hit him by his arrows, and then while he was dying, he was remembering that your body was pierced by my arrow, and the blood was oozing out of your out of your body. And then at many instances, because he was playing the role from the party the Kaurava, and then from the party Duryodhana, and then he exactly behaved like that. So it's like a acting only. For example, there are many heroes who are highly paid, and there are some small actors who are less paid. But the actor who is less paid, now he's slapping the actor who is highly paid. Okay, but while slapping him, or while asking him to clean his shoes, he never forgets. He never forgets that he is much richer. He's more capable. He is a great actor than me. But what he's doing is he's performing his act very nicely, and then he's rewarded. Similarly, even if Lord, so for example, Garg Muni, he knew that Krishna is a supreme personality of Godhead. And then Sandipani Muni, he also knew that Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead. Many people, they knew that Lord Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead, but they behaved exactly, the role was defined. Similarly, I mean, we can also think that the children, the wife, the husband, the parents, the mosquito, the cockroach, the rats and the frogs and the snakes and my enemies. There are nothing but all different manifestations of Lord Himself, because Lord is says that He is Sarva Bhuta Asa Ishita. But how should I behave? I should behave according to my roles and responsibility. What are my roles and responsibility are there? But within my mind, with a full knowledge, I should know that Lord is there. But if Lord comes to us in the form of enemy, I will also behave like enemy. If Lord comes to me with as my daughter, I will behave as we behave with daughter, with the sons, with the father, with mother, something like that, with the boss, something like that. But you should not forget that Lord is there. He Lord says that Sarvbhute Asa Isthita. So whenever that comes to our mind, then we are no longer we're sleeping. We are no longer sleeping, and then we will be awakened from the sleep. And therefore, it is said that uh, because as we discussed the just few minutes back, that guru mukha padma vakya chittate kari aika ar na kari man asa. So why it is said? Because we are completely blind. We are completely blind by spiritual. You cannot see, but we can just hear their sound. We can just have listen to it, but we cannot see it. And when you cannot see, you just listen to it, we must follow exactly what is being said. We should not try to become smart and think that now I can see the things, I will act accordingly. We should not do it. So therefore, sometimes later it is said that Lord's name is like a stick of a blind man. So a blind man is walking on the road, and only thing that he has is a stick with which he can walk. So similarly, Guru Mukha Padma Vakya and Lord's name are like our sticks. So we should not leave behind the sticks, because if a blind man, if the stick is lost, then there always chance that he will fall down and he will be in danger. So it's like we are blind, we are especially blind. We cannot see things as they are, and we cannot feel it. So only way to understand this world or this reality is by sticks. We can just keep walking the stick, and the stick is Lord's name, and Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and Guru Mukha Padma Vakya. So these are our sticks with which we can walk in this world. And if we leave behind the stick, then we are lost. And there always chance that we fall down. We will fall down in a ditch. We will fall down from mountain. Anything can happen. So therefore, these are our sticks. So thank you very much. I would stop here, and just to summarize here, I would say that we discuss about the sleep, about the material condition of our life, and we are all sleeping. And one last thing that I would add here is like, even if we have acquired all the qualifications, but until and unless Lord accepts us, our life is not successful. So even just like just like uh, I mean, I have passed my graduations and I hold BTech degree, and then I have 90% in marks there. So whatever qualifications required, I have the qualification. It does not mean that I am an IAS officer now. Doesn't mean. So even if I passed IAS officer exam, it does not mean that I become IAS officer. Even if I have completed training of the IAS officer, it does not mean that I'm an IAS officer. Final day when everything happens, and the one person is selected and is recognized an IAS officer, he is an IAS officer now. Similarly, even if you have developed all the qualities of a devotees, and even if we see that we sometimes if we think that all the symptoms and qualities are there in me, but until unless Lord accepts that personally, our life is not successful. We can just develop the qualification, but life is not successful. So let's uh, let's stick to Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and Guru Mukha Padma Vakya, and continuously associating with those devotees, we may get awake in our spiritual original life. It's not the importance, but original life. Until then, we are sleeping and we're just hearing Bhagavatam. So thank you very much. And I'm not that very expert or knowledgeable on this subject matter. So you can correct me if I have done something wrong. Thank you very much. I will stop here.
Hare Krishna, Premavasya Prabhu. Thank you,
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Prabhu.
Thank you for the very nice class, especially your narration about the material forest and how we are actually living in a forest, and you also nicely compared with the Brigari and people with materialistic nature. So thank you, Prabhu, and also you actually later elevated that to higher level by quoting examples from Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita on how we can, understand the nature of sleep and how dangerous it is. Thank you, Prabhu. The devotees may please unmute the line and share any comments or reflections.
Hare Krishna Prabhu,
Krishna Ji.
wonderful lecture Prabhu. Prabhu, I have two things. We say if you get anything good, it's prasada, and also anything the problems also we take it as his prasada only. No, Prabhu, Krishna prasada we say one
Yes,
thing.
Mataji. Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I say that I will love you if you talk to me nicely, and I will hate you if you don't talk to me nicely, or if you don't behave with me nicely, then actually I don't love you. So if I love a person, then I love everything. So say for example, with the children, so if I love my child, I love his urine also, I love his stool also. I cannot discriminate between his urine, his stool, everything. I love it. It's not that I don't love it. Even if he scolds me, even if he slaps me, that also I love it. You may have seen a small children, they slap sometimes, but they're very tender palm, they slap you. You like that, and sometimes you behave like that. So they come to and slap him. So a person who is fully aware of Lord Krishna, and then he loves everything he does. Even he says that I love everything that you do, anything. Even if you, just like in Sikska Ashtakam also we read, right? And in the last paragraph we see that even if you kick me with your leg, or if you hug me, but you are my prananath. So that is the state we need to achieve, that anything comes to our life, we should say, thank you, Lord, you're very merciful. And by your causal mercy, you have given me this distress. Although because of my limited understanding, I cannot understand what is good there, but it is your causal mercy. And I mean, thinking like that is also a second grade. I mean, this is not the top grade. I mean, if you say that I feel it as a bad, I feel it as bad, but I think that you must have done it for the good. If you say like that, that is a lower grade. The higher grade is like you don't feel it bad. Something happens good, something happens bad, you always feel it's good only. You don't feel it bad. So there is nothing bad for you. Even distress is there because now you have accepted that I am surrendered to Lord, and I'm Lord's servant, and whatever he does, whatever happens in my life is only due to the divine intervention of Lord. This I have accepted. This is I have accepted. Because sometimes what happens that somebody does it, then I say that he did it. Similarly, I accept that whatever happens in my life from today onwards is only because of divine intervention, Lord. It may appears, it may do not, it may not appears like that to me, but now I accept that anything that happens to me, even if I'm killed, I'm ransacked, and anything happens to me, I accept it as the causeless mercy of Lord, and I'm happy. So even if Lord touches my cheek with very lovingly, or even he slaps very strongly, in the both condition, I have the association of Lord's hand on my cheek. So I love it. So that is the good. I mean, you don't feel it bad.
Yes, Prabhu, and then you said Harishchandra, he gave away in sleep.
Yes, Mataji.
That I've not heard, Prabhu. Can you just explain that?
Yes, ma'am. So in the sleep, the I forgot Vishwamitra, right? So he came, and then he asked for his kingdom, and then he gave away his kingdom. And then when he wake up, and he was there in his courtyard, and then Vishwamitra came and then said that, why you are sitting here? You gave everything to me in your sleep. And then he said, yes, Prabhu, I was waiting for you only. And then he walked away. And while he was walking away, he also promised something more to give. And then he had nothing to give away now. And then he has to walk away with his small son and his wife. And then finally he has to sell himself. So he sold his wife to another person, and he sold himself to another person. He was Chandala. And then the person who took his wife as a servant, he was not ready to take the children because children will burden to him. But then he agreed that, yes, I will take your children also with me. So like that, he sold himself. And then you must have heard about this, that his child died, and the mother brought the child to the crematorium ground, and Harish Chand was there, and she did not have enough money to. I mean, he didn't ask for money. He said that uh, coffin, right? So whatever that clothing you will put on your child's body, I need the same amount of clothing for my. So my master asked this clothing. So she was about to cut it from her sari, and at that time, demigods, Lord Brahma, Vishnu, and Lord Shiva, Lord Narada, Vishwamitra, everyone appeared there. And they said that you have passed the exam. I mean, whatever he thought is truth, he followed it. So that was the story, Mataji, for Harishchandra.
We heard the story, but I didn't hear that he has given it in sleep.
Yeah,
That's,
Mataji, he gave it in sleep, Mataji.
thank you so much, Prabhu. That was Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandvat Pranams.
Mataji.
Thanks for the wonderful class, Prabhu. Prabhu, what is the difference between Shreyas and Preyas, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji. Shreyas and prayers we very well know. So when we think about prayers, it is about the material life only, because prayers is like Shreyas and prayers both looks comparatively, but prayers is always comparative, and it is material life. So prayers always comes with dualities. Wherever there is dualities, we talk about the prayers. But when we talk about Shreyas, it is always spiritual. So as we discussed just before, that even if Lord is killing us, that is also Shreyas. And even if Lord is favoring us, that is also Shreyas. But prayers is always comes with dualities. So prayers is only in the material world, and Shreyas is in a spiritual world. So although Arjuna asked that what is Shreya for me, tell me. So very easily we discuss, and also we discuss Shreyas comparatively, but actually Shreyas is beyond dualities, and Preyas is always in duality. So there's always duality, and out of that dualities, one we think is a Preyas, and other is not Preyas. But when we think of Shreyas, then Shreyas is a spiritual. So when Lord kills, that is also Shreya, and when Lord protects, that is also Shreya. So Shreya is completely a spiritual concept, whereas Preyas is a material concept that comes with dualities, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. I had little confusion with the two words. Now I am very clear. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Dandvat Pranams.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, devotees. Thank you for the participation. We would like to end today's session with Vaishnava Pranam. Vancha Kalpata Rupyasya Kripa Sindhu Jaye Vaishnava पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि।
Hari Hari.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you once
Thank you,
again.
Prabhuji.
Yes. We'll meet again tomorrow morning, Krishna will at 7:50. Hare Krishna.